Hello and welcome to the Fit and Free podcast. This is a podcast for women who want it all, to feel strong and confident in their bodies, as well as enjoying a sneaky mug on a Friday night. I'm an exercise physiologist and sports nutritionist, here to teach you how to achieve your body goals without food and your body controlling your life. So let's jump in. If you are someone who is just saving random influencers workouts, or maybe you're going onto YouTube and you're doing follow along workouts and you are being consistent, you're doing it 4 plus or more times a week and you still don't look like you work out, then this episode is for you. Because in today's episode, I am breaking down why copying workouts online is actually the reason why you're not losing the centimeters and toning your body. So let's jump in. Hello, you guys, and welcome back to the Fit and Free Body. Keen for today's episode because we're talking all things exercise and why we need to stop copying people online because it's hindering your results. And I get it. I used to do exactly the same thing. There's a few of my favorite influencers that I follow, and I would go onto their pages, I would screenshot, I would save their workouts, and I would do them randomly. I would have a save folder on my phone to be like workouts. And then I also went through my era of just random workouts. For a while, I was doing random Les Mills classes. I was doing pump. I was doing body combat. I was doing Pilates. I was doing spin classes. I was doing so many random workout classes. And in the back of my head, I was always like, why the hell are these people online looking so freaking good? Why are they looking toned, fit, and lean? And here's me busting my guts, showing up to the gym 5+ times a week at this point, and I do not look like them. And why the hell is what I'm doing not working? Well, little did I know, it's because of my exercise routine. And I would always jump to my food. It would be oh, I must be eating too much. I'm not eating the right thing. I would just be overthinking everything without even the realization that it actually potentially could be my exercise routine as well. So we're not just going into the food today. We are just going to be sticking to the exercise side of things, because at the end of the day, if women started putting more time and attention into getting stronger and improving their technique and building muscle, they're going to be so much happier with their body composition because they're going to look leaner, they're going to look more toned, and that's what a lot of women want when they come to me. Not everyone. If that's not you, that's okay. But I'm just talking about the women who are coming into my DMs being like, I'm putting in all the effort and nothing's working. So let's talk about it. Because at the end of the day, your exercise routine is responsible for how toned you look. Why? Because in order to get toned, you need two different things. You need to build muscle and you need to lose body fat, right? And so many people are focusing on the fat loss side of the equation, which is good. You need that. But then if you're just losing fat and you have no muscle, then you're just going to stay stuck in the skinny fat cycle. You're not going to look more toned. You're not going to look like you work out because you're missing that muscle bit. And a lot of people think that building muscle is going to make them look bulky. But in order to look bulky, you need to be eating in a calorie surplus for years and really focusing on building a lot of muscle. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about, eating at maintenance or focusing on building muscle whilst you're in a calorie deficit. So it's kind of next to impossible to look bulky because you don't have the sufficient calories in order to do that. So essentially, this is why just doing random influencers workouts, or even if you are going on YouTube and doing follow along workouts, or even if you are going on social media and you are saving your favorite influencers workouts, or maybe you are going onto YouTube and you're searching follow along exercises and you're following videos on YouTube, or if you are just going in and doing something different every single time you go into the gym. Maybe you're doing a bit of Pilates, maybe you're doing a little bit of spin class, boxing, HIIT, maybe you're lifting weights. You're being consistent, but you don't have structure. You're not being intentional and you're not following a specific plan. Then red flags, you guys, doing any of these three things. You are exercising for health, but you're not exercising for body recomposition. And while, yes, amazing, you're exercising for health, we love that. But just because you're exercising and just because you're being consistent doesn't mean you're going to lose fat and build muscle. And this is where we need to tidy this up. Because why not have both? Why not exercise for health to feel like your absolute best self, but then making sure that your exercise routine is ticking the boxes so that you're losing centimeters and looking more toned. And this is what this is all about. So I want to give you an explanation of why following these influencers and random YouTube workouts and classes isn't giving you the results that you desire. Because number one, consistency is one thing, amazing. But secondly, like when it comes to changing your body composition, we know now to tone, you got to build muscle, lose body fat. Okay, cool. In order to build muscle, it's not just about the one-off specific exercise. It's about the sequence of exercises that you're doing every single week. And this is what people are not paying attention to. They're just like so focused on day to day of like, yeah, this is what I'm doing today. This is how I'm exercising, instead of looking at it as a long-term plan. Like, what am I doing this week, next month, 3 months from now, 6 months from now? Because it's that long-term progression that is the key to changing your body composition. And when I say long-term progression, what I'm talking about is exercise selection. So exercises getting harder over time. Secondly, I'm talking about lifting more weight over time. Thirdly, I'm talking about is improved form. So as you get better and as you be able to perform specific exercises with really good form, then those exercises, like I said, get harder. But then as those exercises get harder, you also have better form through those exercises. Also, again, a form of progression. And I was having a conversation with someone who works at group fitness, and he was even saying like the programming is hard because there's just so many levels when it comes to people walking through the door. And it's true because, in these group fitness classes, you have people who are 18 years old. You sometimes have people who are 65 years old, right? And someone who is 18 and someone who is 65 should not be doing the same thing. But that's the issue when you're coming into these, these group classes, everyone is doing the exact same thing. And they're like, yeah, sure, we can give you a different exercise, but it's like, how realistic can one trainer focus on 30 people and give everyone individualized things? It's not realistic and it's not possible. Because these exercise programs are built for the masses. They're not programmed unique to you for your own progression system. Think about it like an athlete. Like an athlete isn't going to go in and just follow this, this non-specific plan. They're like, I have a specific goal and this is what I have to do every single week. I'm going to track my progress and I'm going to track my progression to make sure I reach it. So therefore, like that's the problem when it comes to following the YouTube workouts, following random influencers workouts. Right? It's cool like to go in and exercise. Amazing. But then because you're lacking that progression system, then you're not going to see the results that you want. And this is why so many women plateau. It's because they're just going in and they're showing up and they're not getting fitter and they're not getting stronger because there is no progression system. And that's why it's really, 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 really important you guys to understand that. That's why, my clients with the best results, because they've got this progression system where it's been personalized and programmed for them so they continue to progress over the years. Like that's how my clients have gone from doing banded chin-ups to weighted chin-ups, right? Because of that progression system. And then because you lack that long-term progression system and you lack the ability to track your training, because that's another really, really important thing that you need to do. And if you're not doing it, start doing it right now. Is writing down the exercises that you're doing, how many reps, how many sets, how much you're lifting every single week, and then making sure that you are improving the next week and writing that down, taking note of it. Because this is one of the biggest mistakes that people make. They lack the progression, the long-term programming, and then they also lack them tracking and writing down their lifting, and then they forget. They walk into the gym and being like, oh, I don't even know what I did last week. I don't even know what I did yesterday. I don't even know what I had for dinner last night. So then how are you supposed to remember what you did? So then how are you supposed to progress? Because when you're training at the right intensities, your progression should not be very big. Your progression literally will be 1 rep. Your progression will literally be like 1.25 kilos. And, people think that they need to progress like 5 kilos a lot. Like, no, that probably means that you're not training at the right intensities. Your progression needs to be really, really, really small. And to be fair, like when you are, lifting weights for the first time and you're getting in when you're starting to follow a program for the first time, then your progression definitely will be faster. You'll be able to add a lot more weight to the bar a lot quicker. But then as you get into being a more intermediate to more an advanced lifter, your progression slows right down. And that's where you're looking at, just 1 rep and then 1.25 kilos. So that's why it's really, really important that you guys start tracking how much you're lifting, writing it down and being intentional with that It's because that one extra rep and that one extra weight is how the composition of your body is going to change, because that's how to build muscle. That stimulus is how to build muscle. And we need that. Remember the training equation, fat loss, muscle gaining. Then the last thing that I just really, really want to say to this is going back to the group fitness example. It's like when we're just copying things from online and it's not tailored to our level is when a lot of people run into issues. I hear a lot of people being like, oh, I don't like lifting weights because it hurts my body too much, or I don't like lifting weights because it's not hard enough. And the reason why is because the exercise programming is not tailored to your level. Because at the end of the day, if you cannot do a double leg squat, there is no way you should be doing a Bulgarian lunge. You have to earn the right to be able to do specific exercises. It's the same as using a barbell. Like if you don't know how to squat with a dumbbell and then you're going straight to a barbell, of course you're feeling lost. Of course you're feeling confused. Of course you're feeling overwhelmed, right? We have to be, it's like you have to walk. You have to learn how to walk before you run. The gym is exactly the same. And I know it can feel really intimidating to a lot of people and it can be a little bit scary. And that's why it's important to just reach out for help. Just get some advice so you know exactly what you should be doing for your level, because it's really, really important. So please, you guys, stop copying random influencers' workouts and start following a structured exercise program, because you are going to see faster results by essentially doing less, which is freaking amazing. Because at the end of the day, following a proper program is going to transform your body faster than any viral workout. Because real transformations really do come from structured programming that is planned for the long term. Because your body needs a clear system to build strength, and it needs that long-term progression so you're actually seeing results. Then the last thing that I just want to say in all of this is I was scrolling on social media and there's so many like ab finishes, like do this ab workout 6 minutes at the end of your session. And the thing that I have to say for this, like training your abs, all good, love it. Love training your abs. It's amazing. However, you need a foundation and a solid program before you start these fancy finishes, because it's that foundational program, like I've already said, that is really going to give you the results that you desire. And then lastly and finally, is like something that I hear all the time is people, one of the main reasons why people go to these group fitness environments is because I just like being told what to do, which I understand. Like I like being told what to do as well. So that's why I outsource my programming. I have a coach that writes me a program. So then I can just show up and be told what to do. And the difference between, me doing that with group fitness versus me doing that with, following a program is it's tailored to me. I'm progressing every single week. I am seeing the results that I desire, whilst I still don't have to think about what I'm doing. And that's the thing when you have that progression system and then you actually start, getting stronger and doing things that you weren't able to do. It's so, like, you feel so motivated. Like if I was still in the gym and I was, not progressing, like, if I was still doing banded chin-ups and still like not being able to do things that I can now, I would also be really unmotivated. But because when you have that progression system, it's tailored to your level, you keep pushing your edges. It's like, yeah, now I can do 10 chin-ups. Now I can deadlift way more. I can do push-ups with, weight on my back. It's like all of these things that I just like, whoa, I couldn't do that before. And now I could. But that's because of the smart programming that got me there. So the reason why I say that to you is because, training in the gym can be, mundane, and it can feel like it can be boring essentially, but that's probably because you're lacking the progression. That's probably because you are not progressing, and that's probably because you're not improving. And that's why, when you start following a program, then, you do start improving and you do start getting stronger and you do start feeling better. And all of a sudden, because of that progression, you're like, oh, this is motivating. I want to keep going. It's the small wins that essentially it's like how I, remain consistent, and I've been consistent in the gym for, a good 8 years. Do you know what I mean? So I really hope that this has potentially shone some light on maybe where you're going wrong with your body composition goals, some things that you potentially have to tidy up to see the results that you want. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you're listening to this, don't forget to tag me on your Instagram stories. I love to see it. I love seeing you guys listening. Let me know where you're listening from. You guys are my favorites. So thank you for being here. I appreciate you more than you know, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.